Seriously? You done? Okay. Alright, so I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna go ahead and start this video. So this is a bit of a weird video. If you're wondering where Koda is, he is in front of me and he is eating food. I don't know if he will be joining us in this video, but I needed to kind of sit down and rather than do a voiceover, I kind of wanted to do like a, say face-to-face, but it's not really a face-to-face. I don't really know what you'd call this. Anyways, I guess a sit down. The vet came out yesterday and took a look at Koda, and she didn't give me the greatest news. Koda is lame, which isn't totally surprising because he has been suffering from lameness for about a year now, and I kind of forgot about it, if I'm totally honest. I wanted to prepare myself for the possibility of Koda not being able to be ridden, and I totally forgot about that and started to get excited as we started to progress with the idea of riding him and taking him places, possibly competing with him. And unfortunately, that might not be something that we can do. The vet didn't give me a very definitive answer, but he's lame at the walk, and she doesn't have enough to go off of at the moment. But once Koda starts into work, which will be over the course of the next few days, we're gonna see if Koda progresses and, you know, if he starts healing or not healing, or if, you know, getting better, if the lameness improves, or if it gets worse. So we're going to be seeing what happens, and from there we'll kind of know what it's going to be looking like for Koda and I's future, which I'm going to try not to get emotional because I've tried to record this video once before and it didn't go very well. I don't want to be so bummed out, but I did get myself really excited about the idea of riding Koda, and I don't want to turn into just totally hopeless and, you know, just, I don't want to wipe it completely out as like a possibility. I want to still leave it in there that there is the possibility that I could ride Koda, but I just don't know to what extent. It sounds like if he could be ridden, it'd probably be maybe at a walk, or maybe as a trail horse, but not much past that, which is a little unfortunate, but I will take anything I can get, honestly. But also, if Koda, we find, ends up getting worse as exercise is increased, then I don't really know what that means, because I really wanted to do trick training with Koda, and I don't know if I'll even be able to do trick training because that requires exercise if he's gonna continue to get worse, because I want my horse to be as comfortable as possible. So in terms of exercise, I wanted to kind of talk about what that's going to look like. We will not be riding Koda anytime soon, which I think I've already stated in one of the previous videos that I just kind of sat on him recently. I didn't plan on actually progressing into riding, but what we are going to start doing is we're going to start lunging Koda. We're going to start taking him out on walks to the best of our capabilities. And we're going to kind of see, I'm going to do a lot of strength building exercises and spend a lot of time strengthening his back legs. So he is lame in his right hock. I'm going to put a video or a clip of a video up of what his hocks are looking like. You can see his mane needs to be brushed. Alright, let's see if he'll let me show you guys this. His tail also needs to be brushed. So this is his left hock. If you look at it, if his tail will get out of the way, this is not the easiest thing to do. Hey, handsome, thank you. If you look at it, you don't really notice much going on. Good boy. And then if we go over here to this hock, this is a lot harder to do with just a couple hands. I don't want to annoy him because we messed around with this a lot yesterday too. If you look at this one, it's kind of squishy. Thank you. You're okay. And I don't know how well you guys can see that, but you can kind of see that it's really squishy. Good boy. You're okay. Look at you. Look at how handsome he is. But he's lame in his right hind leg in his hock, and he has like a capped hock, and it's like if you go and touch it, it's squishy, and he has a hard time moving on his right side. So the vet said, let's start with working him on mostly the left side, and when you start lunging him, to start him off on the left side, see how he does, and do a little bit, only a little bit on the right side. I want to get some poles. I want to make sure he works his top line, works his legs. I'm going to get some raised poles. That'll be really good. I'm going to look into doing stretches and things like that, and I'm doing as much research as I can. My mom is on her way home from Tractor Supply, and she just picked up some poultice for me to help with his swelling for bringing him into work, because I'm very paranoid and I want him to be as comfortable as possible, and I want to reduce as much swelling as possible. So we're gonna kind of see what happens. I genuinely don't know what this means for Koda, and I don't want to get, you know, totally bummed and emotional, you know, if there's not yet anything to get emotional about. I have to admit, now I was so excited to start working and exercising Koda, and now I'm a bit less excited, because then I know sometime after that I'm going to get my answer, and I'm a little worried as to what that answer will be, as, you know, for what I'll be able to do with Koda. I do want to say that no matter what the outcome is, if he is not going to be able to be ridden or if he will be able to be ridden, he is going to stay with me either way, because I'm not just going to say, oh, well, I can't ride you, so goodbye. You know, I feel very cruel doing that to him, because he's means more to me than just an animal to sit on. I have a little bit of hope, I think a little bit more than I did when I originally tried recording this video, because I was thinking about it, and Koda has been showing more lameness in the past couple days than he has been in a long time, which doesn't sound like something you'd usually be hopeful about, but he reared up pretty bad, like very tall, and nearly fell backwards the other day, which isn't good. But sometimes when he rears up, his leg buckles, and I think that's because he's weak in his hind legs. And when his leg buckled after that, I was looking at his legs and I was trying to figure out if he was lame on them, but I couldn't tell, which is kind of embarrassing for me to admit. I just genuinely couldn't tell if he was limping or if I was looking for a limp and was then seeing a limp, if that makes any sense. I hope my neighbors aren't judging me for talking on my phone on a tripod. I don't know why I care. So I wanted to jump in here really quick, because the vehicle passing by distracted me from what I was saying about why Koda rearing and showing more signs of lameness than previously gives me hope. The only reason this gives me a bit more hope is because I don't think his lameness was as noticeable previously, meaning I think he's a bit more sore than usual. And I'm hoping that it will reduce again, if that makes any sense. I think when he reared, since his leg is weak, it gave out, and he might have just done something to make it a little more sore than usual. Either way, Koda has an injury in his hock, but I'm hoping that once I start building strength in his hind end and his legs, it will reduce his lameness and improve his mobility and comfort. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I hope it does. But again, I honestly might just be looking for something out of nothing, or this might just be a sign that because he's so weak in his hocks, he is going to be prone to lameness or injury. But I don't want to think about that being the case, even though I should. I just kind of want to be as positive as I can about it. Yeah, you guys are going to kind of see me attempt to start lunging Koda and attempt to kind of start working him, and you guys are going to end up finding out with me kind of what the answer of this will be and what the outcome is going to be. I feel like I'm forgetting something. No, I mean, I suppose that's it. I mean, really, I don't want to make it more of a big deal than it is, but, you know, after getting I was already preparing myself a while ago for the idea of me not being able to ride this horse, and to just totally forget about it and then get so excited about being able to ride this horse, because I want to go exploring on him. I want to go, and, you know, I've never been to an actual horse show. Like, I've never ridden in a horse show, so I loved the idea of taking Koda and him and I experiencing that together for the first time. And it's things like that that kind of bum me out about the idea of not being able to ride, or not being able to ride him to that extent of where I can do that. Now, hoping that I can at the very least take him on trail rides, but even that we're still not so certain about. The vet couldn't, you know, give me a for sure answer on any of it. because there's just not enough information to go off of yet. So when I have that information, I will let you guys know. Until then, we're just going to continue moving on and continue progressing, and we're going to take a little more care and pay a little more attention to his right hind leg in the process and make sure we keep him as comfortable as possible, because that's the most important thing, is if he's comfortable and if he is happy. But I wish I could come here with better news, but at least in this video I didn't cry. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Goodbye.
Take it